Hello guys and welcome to a new video on my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to build a wizard's tower. And this is quite interesting because normally I do very medieval style buildings and this still has this medieval feeling, but it's actually quite a bit more towards fantasy. So this is what we're going to build today. This can be anything you could add to your medieval fantasy kingdom. And the nice thing about this is that, for example, this spiral thingy that you have here, you could change the color, you could change its shape, you could do whatever you want with it, and it can still look like it comes from the tower in some kind of magical, ethereal way. Alright, so I just turned shaders off, just so you can see a little bit more clear what the shape of the tower exactly is. As you can see, it's quite thin, and it's actually rather complicated in the way it's put together in very different ways. And a lot of it works with spiraling, because we have the spiraling of the blue, but we also have the spiraling of some of the structural elements. So that's what we're going to build with today. We'll start building the base and the main structural elements like the wooden pillars and the sandstone pillars. And then I will continue with the wooden stuff that goes around it. Finally, we'll look into what the idea of the spiral and the more organic elements in this tower is. So let's get started. I already arranged a little bit of space here. As you can see, the main building elements, as I already mentioned. And this is the footprint of the tower. So you can take a little look what it exactly is. It's 3 and then 2 diagonal and then again 3, and that until you finish the circle. First of all, you want to go up by 1 all the way around. After that, you want to get up by another 2, except on the sides of 3. So those you will keep open because we'll have a window here. So everything up by 2, except for the side. There you can place a acacia stair down, and there will be 1 window up there. You should now have something a little bit like this. We're gonna choose one of these sides, and then I will go to the left one, and I will go up by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I will go to the next one, but now on the right, and I will go up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I will skip this one, and I will skip this one, so we go kind of to the other side of where these 2 pillars are. And now on this one I will go 3. 1, 2, 3. And on that one I will go 2. 1 and 2. Now what we can do is from this one, from the 2 high, we can go 1, 2, 3. Like that. And from this one into this corner we can go 1, 2, 3 like that. And we can fill in this gap 1, 2 exactly like this. The same thing on the other side. So we will do 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2 like that. As you can see, we have kind of an opposing sides, so the symmetricality is like that. And then finally we can also fill in these 2 and fill them up 1 higher. And that's our base of acacia done. So you can delete this block because we don't need it. And from here we start counting upwards by 6. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The same on the opposite side, it's exactly the same. So you place 1 here, delete that one, and then it's 6. And then the other diagonals, you're going to place pillars of 8, exactly in the same way. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the next step from here is we're going to get our acacia logs again. And first we're going to place a pillar exactly in the middle. And we'll go up by 7. 1, 6, 7. Next step is we go back to the acacia pillars and we go diagonal in, up 1 from that. So we place a block there, like that. And this is also where we start counting. And we do exactly the same from every pillar. It's exactly the same. From every pillar you go to the highest point, you go diagonally up inwards 1, and then you count 14 blocks up, including this one. So it's 1, 2, 13, 14. So the first pillar should look like that. Exactly the same with the other shorter pillar, and exactly the same in the taller pillars. It will mean that this one will go 2 higher than the other one, because all of them are 14. So you count from that up 1, 11, 12, and now it's 13, 14. And there you go. That's actually the general shape of the tower. So we have this strange kind of spiraling upwards of the acacia logs, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have one thing in the middle, and then we have the 2 opposite, the taller ones and the shorter ones. And then we have the same length acacia, which means that you still have a taller ones and the shorter ones. And now we're gonna put in the middle point the smooth red sandstone again, here. From there up we count 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you need your red sandstone wall, which you're gonna place on top of this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then finally 2 acacia fences, 1 and 2. And this is the uppermost physical part of the tower. So it should look now a bit like this. So now we're gonna place a lot of oak wood to tie this thing together, because now it's kind of floaty. First of all, let's start from the bottom. We of course want one entrance, so you can choose any of these windows to make your entrance. I personally, so it actually comes out exactly as we want with the symmetry of this tower, I chose the entrance on the side where the acacia log sticks out too. This makes sense later on when we start working with the spiral staircase. So I delete these 2 blocks, place oak stairs there, and then just fill in this one above the ground level with oak planks as the floor. Now we need our oak slabs, and we're gonna start the spiral staircase with slabs, starting there. We're gonna go all the way up around this thing. So we have 1, 2. This is a bit finicky because we want to go like that. We want to keep on going around the whole thing, one step at a time, just like that. Once you get there, you will place 1 more slab on top of the pillar, which is a continuation of the staircase. And then we go up 1 more to the right from that. So we go up 1 more on this side. For that we would actually need to place it like this. So before we continue, I just saw I'd made one mistake. Actually, you want to extend these acacia log pillars 1, so it overlaps 1 with the sandstone. That's all. You just make it go 1 down, and then it's how it actually should be. It should overlap 1 block. So now we continue with our oak slabs and stairs. We're going to finish up the roof inside of here. First of all, we'll place stairs above the window and the doors, or the other way around, the windows and the door. And then we fill in the thing with slabs as the roof and the floor for the next floor. Keep in mind that you keep the hole for the spiral staircase open, so actually you don't place that many slabs. And there you go. So you just keep the 3x3 space for the spiral staircase open. I mean, you could still fill in these 2 holes, but that's about it. So now you can still enter up all the way like that. Then it's how it should be. So now we can continue with even more oak slabs. First of all, let's see which of these acacia pillars are the longest, the tallest. So go to one that's the tallest, and that is from where you're going to start placing a slab. Here and also there. Then you continue going diagonally up there and then diagonally back, shook, 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 until you go there. The same on this side. So on this side is exactly the same as on that side, but mirrored. So let's show you. We go up there. This is finicky again. And then we go up there, which you should do like this. And then you go up there, boom, boom. And you just keep going up like this, in this bit of finicky way that it is, until you get almost to the end. Once you're almost at the end from here, so you are against the end of this pole, you keep on going up, and then the last final block will be a stair like that. And this is kind of the wall for the spiral staircase. So the same thing happens on this side, but mirrored from that. So you've went all the way from there, ting, 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 up here, and then you place oak stairs like that. And that is this side done, and you do exactly the same on the other side. So you start from the taller pillar with the slabs, and you go ding 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 ding, and then a stair at the end, and the same on this side. So now you should have something looking like this. A lot of slabs, kind of a mess. So now let's continue and make it a bit less of a mess. So we are going to look at the tallest acacia pillar once again, and we're going to count up, the tallest sandstone pillar. We're going to go to the acacia pillar and count up 1, 2, third block, and here we're going to place stairs all the way around like this. Then we're going to place blocks of wood in these corners between the stairs, And then the rest we're gonna fill in with slabs all the way. So we're gonna fill in also this cross here and around here up till there. So it will be 1, 2 sticking out with the slabs. The same all the way around. There you go. That's one platform. And now we're gonna make another platform even higher up. So we're gonna count up on the logs 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th one we're gonna take our acacia logs and make them stick out on the corners like this. Then we're gonna place oak stairs on the tips of these logs. And then in these corners we're gonna place again oak planks. And then once again the rest is gonna be slabs. They're gonna stick out quite a lot, so they're gonna stick out one more than that the stairs are sticking out. And we're gonna have a side of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each side, and then 1 on the corner, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the way around like that. And then the last corner there. And then we're gonna once again fill in this space in between. And now we have our second and last platform, which is quite a bit wider actually. Right, so now let's place some acacia fence and a little bit of red stained glass panes to tie the outside together. First of all, in these corners down, we're gonna place one down here and one up there, all the way around the tower. Then we're gonna move up and we're gonna go to the top of the smooth red sandstone, and we're gonna place acacia and let it go up all the way onto the blocks of oak wood. And the same all the way around, except that here of course it's shorter. Then we're going to continue this line of acacia fences. On the one where the tower is tall, we're gonna just go up with 1 and then 2 glass panes, I mean, 1, 2, and then another acacia fence. On the one where it's not tall, we're not gonna go there. So again here, this one is the taller smooth red sandstone, so here we're gonna go 1 like that and 1 like that. This, and then again not there. And then up here in the corners, we're just gonna place fences all the way around like this, up there. So now it should look like this. There's a bit of continuation of these lines, somewhere not, somewhere yes, and it makes for quite an interesting look. So then finally, on the upper floor, we're going to place some more acacia. And this time we're going to look at the corners where it's not going through all the way. So the corners where the red smooth sandstone is the shortest. We're going to go all the way up and place in this corner 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2 glass panes. And then we're going to go to the opposite corner. So we're going to go here 1, 2, 3, 2. And now it looks like this. And then finally we're going to just place for now just 3 red glass panes. There you go. And now we have the tower looking like this. So now we're going into the inside here and we're going to finick around with some more acacia fences. This is going to be a funny one. Alright, so first of all, in this room we're going to place acacia fences like that and like this up there. And then here we're just going to place a slab so it connects. Then we continue up and we're going to place acacia up here as long as we can pass through, only in the corner. So 1 there, 1 there, we can still pass through. And then here, if we look in this corner, we can go all the way from up there, all the way down here, and we can still pass through. So not more than this, because then you cannot walk, of course, but like that. Then the same on this corner, so we're gonna jump and all the way down until you can still pass through under it. Same here, 1 in this corner until you can pass through. 1 in this corner, not too much, until you can pass through, just like that. So then we're going to connect them in a ladder-like way, so we can still pass under them. So first of all, we're gonna connect this one like that, then this one like that, and then again this one like that. So you have kind of a ladder, kind of a spiral, once again a spiral. This tower has lots of spirals, going down all the way down there with the acacia theme. Then, of course, we also need a way to get through the first balcony. So once you're walking up on the spiral staircase, already here, we want to punch a hole through this and that block. So we have an entrance. And then we're just going to make this a full block, that a full block, and this a full block. That's the wrong way around, actually. This one should be there. And then finally, this we want to be stairs, just like that. Alright, so the next step is placing some oak fences around the building. First of all, let's go to the tall red sandstone pillars, and in the corner here and there we'll place oak fences, and the same on the opposite side, so in the corner here and there oak fences. And then when we go to the one that's less tall, we place oak fences up here, in this corner here and there, and in the other one here and there. Next up, we're gonna place in this height, in between this and this oak fence, here, there, there, and there. Oop, not there, there. All the way around, more oak fences. Now we go up to the next level. Up here, we're going to look for the shorter towers of the sandstone, and we're gonna start building, placing a fence here and there, and we're gonna go up by 2, then place out there and go another one up, place out there and another one up, and you have a diagonal stripe. The same thing with this one, but we're building out that way. And then the same on the opposite side, so we go to another one, again to the less tall one, and we place there and there, and we do the same thing, placing away from the sandstone pillar that's less tall. And now it's really starting to look like the structure that we have on that side. So next step is placing the last 8 of the oak fences. We're going to put them in these corners just like that, just as a little bit of extra spice. Alright, so now for some more details. First of all, the door. I chose for the spruce door, and we're gonna place it down here on the inside, not like that, but like that. Exactly. Next thing is a ladder, so we can make it a bit more navigable inside. We're gonna walk up the stairway, up all the way till here, and then the ladder's just gonna start from here, and it's gonna go all the way up. So we're gonna destroy a little bit. So we're gonna destroy this and that, and we're just gonna continue up on this pillar all the way up until we put it one above this height, and there we go. Then up here we're gonna place some red panes, 1 and 2 in this corner, and in the opposite corner also 1 and 2. And now we're gonna add some blue or cyan stained paints to the building. So we're gonna go back down again. These windows all get cyan stained paints all around. Then when we go up, we're gonna fill in these holes with the panes like that. Just all the way up, just to give it some more color in the building, and the same on every side. And don't forget, in this one, here is a doorway. So as you can see, the spiral is actually the most important part of the building, because you can see this one looks quite bland and empty, and this one looks interesting and like, ooh, what's happening here? It really ties the thing together. But the most important part of the spiral is that this is really not built thinking exactly which blocks. I could give you the exact blocks of how I placed it here, but I'm not going to do that because that would be very boring and sad. But I can give you some guidelines to find out how it's the best way to do that. For me, it's starting on the opposite side of the door. So we have the door on that side, and then on the opposite side, on the side with the tallest pillar, I'm starting right around here. And first of all, I'm doing like about 3 blocks and then go up again. 3 or 4 blocks and go up again. 3 blocks and up again. I would advise in first building the thing just with blocks, and then adding the stairs later. So you really get something crude like this, and then you start to carve, maybe let's make it a bit more like that, and a bit more skinny, and a bit more like that. And then after that you can add some stairs if that fits, if you feel it needs to be there. That's how I would do it. So start with blocks, about 3 every time, and you go up 1. And the idea is that you're spiraling the building and kind of hugging it, which means that the spiral is first a big circle, and then you can see here that the circle starts to go smaller and smaller around the tower. It keeps going up, and now it's the smallest. It's around the smallest part of the tower. It stays small, and then once it's up here, it starts to expand and get even steeper going up. So let's just look a bit more. So we see it's every time it's about 3 blocks and then go up. But you see how random it is. It's as if I'm placing those leaves, but kind of with the thought of the spiral. So it keeps on going with 3, and only when I get to this level, I start going 2 sideways and then 1 up. So now as you can see, it's every time 1, 2, and then up. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, And then here, at this level, it starts to go into 1. So every step to the side is a step up, up, up. So now it's really a staircase. As you can see, it still keeps on going, and it still gets tighter here. It gets even a bit more tighter around this middle part. And then directly after this middle part, it starts to go wider again, and wider and steeper. And then what I did here is I just built the spiral and then deleted most of the blocks. So it becomes more ethereal, more light. And then the last thing you can do is add these cyan panes hanging on and off and adding a bit of extra stickiness to it. And then finally I added some soul torches up on some of those panes and some of those blocks in the top, so they light up, and it's especially nice, the blue light with the SoepThe shaders, the ray tracing shaders. It's quite nice to see. So that's just the idea of the spiral. And then there's one more thing which you can do, is adding on top of these fences in an end rod, and then just a line of the red stained panes going up and then breaking it a little bit so it becomes more light. And that's kind of where the spiral is going around, and just it keeps on going up. So that's the feeling of it. So I can just show a little bit of how it goes. So let's say we start about there. Maybe we start like that, and we go 3, and we go up, and we go, but maybe we make it a bit thicker. And then we go up there. Something like that. And maybe we start to go a bit more tight. And we keep on going here. So this you really have to do by trial and error. Trial and error. So as you can see, you already have a bit this feeling of a spiral now. You see it goes up there. And you just have to continue and then step back a little bit and take a look and see if you like it or not. I'm just deleting any blocks that I want, as you can see, just to really get the feeling. And now we have to go into 2, so it's a bit more steep now. 2, and now actually we're really going to 1, so it's 1, 1, 1. There we go. Keep on going, and now we can go even tighter around the middle part. And we can start going out by now, probably. And we can start expanding the feeling of it. Let's take a little look what it feels like. As you can see, it's a little bit too straight for me, kind of. But you can see the feeling. It goes around, it gets tighter, and then when it gets tighter, it starts to go steeper up. As you can see, the feeling is kind of there. It's different, of course, in that one. Every one of them will be different again, but you can. That's kind of how you do it. So this spiral I made a bit smaller and go steeper up there, so it really disappears up into the distance. And now I'm just gonna add some more cyan stained paints on there, kind of as if you're just hanging some flowers and putting some details to just give it that feeling that you want. And then finally on the top block you can really go up a little bit more, let it kind of disappear into the distance. And maybe then delete some of them as you go back down again. So I would go maybe up there. It's quite finicky to place them. And then delete some of them. End rods are a bit too bright to put in here, I found. But you can put some torches up here. And then when you put the shaders on, it looks really quite nice. And then finally in here, so here you would put the end rod, red stained glass, and just go up for a little bit and then delete some again. So there you go, we're almost done. So now for the last little details. For this you will need spruce buttons, oak fences, torches, lanterns, and of course leaves. So let's start with the buttons. I personally chose to put them on all of these sides, except for those. So here and there and up there. You can choose wherever you put them, because I'm gonna put them first of all on the sides of the logs, but then also on some more random places. For example, maybe I want a button there and a button here, and just maybe another one there, just to give it a little bit more feeling and randomness to the whole thing. You can place these buttons wherever you want, and I also put them up here onto those logs. Then the next step is oak fences and torches. You can maybe say, maybe we want a torch there, and another one up here. Although that's a bit weird, but it could work. And maybe we want a lantern just there. And where's the door? I mean, you should always put some extra light at the door. You can make a little path here, of course. These little details really count up, add up to the whole experience of the building after. Maybe you want to put one torch there, and another fence and a lantern there. And I think also on that side we would want a torch, just to light up the thing correctly. And then finally, and most importantly, as you can see, there's still this big difference between this one and that one, and this is simply just some leaves. Really gives the final feel of the building. So let it just hang randomly. So this is the same feeling as creating the spiral, and it's just as important. So there you have it, another building done, another wizard happy. As you can see, I placed a little bit more leaves around. And let's just take a little walk also on the inside, because that's nice. And maybe let's add some torches also to the inside, because it's dark. So as you can see, it's cramped, lots of wood, and it's a bit weird inside, but you can find your way around. Yeah, it really gives a nice view from the top, as you can see. Here we go. And that's the other tower I built. And this is another tower that might come later on. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this tower. And I would love to see some pictures of you building it in your server or wherever. And please let me know in the comment section what kind of buildings to do after this video. So, see you later guys. Bye bye.